hot days and hard practices are finally coming to a culmination here tonight as a mid-August endowment game gets underway, gets the season going here at Ridgeline in Millville. Ridgeline plays host to the Spanish Fork Dons. These teams last saw each other way back last November in the playoffs when Spanish Fork hosted Ridgeline, and Ridgeline avenged an early season loss with a 25-22 thriller of a game. Yeah, Spanish Fork has been thinking about this one most of the year, you can bet on that. Ridgeline, they return a lot of players from last year, and they're hoping to build on the success of their first 2 years as a school, and this year maybe make it past that first round of the playoffs. Spanish Fork's looking to get off on the right foot as well and get off to a fast start. They return plenty of starters as well. This one should be a good one to start the season. Stay tuned for the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. It's coming up next.
I'm Jason Schlarb, mountain runner, trying out the Paradigm from Ultra. The Paradigm's an awesome shoe. It's a crossover shoe with a lot of cushion. It's such a light shoe. It enables me to be able to run fast, a quick cadence, and transition from a road to a trail with no problem at all. Go over mountains, go through valleys, go through deserts, go on the street, it doesn't matter. Having a foot-shaped toe box is important for me because it puts my toes in a natural position for running, and it helps my form all the way through my knees and through my hips. Zero drop's really important in producing a proper foot strike and keeping my legs under my center of gravity. It helps me run faster, more natural. Having a lot of cushion really helps the soft muscle tissue recover and keeps it fresh. A tall stack height on a shoe really enables me to bomb down hills without worrying about my feet getting bruised. The upper can dry quickly, but it also is a tough material. My favorite kind of run is a run where I just get out there and be a wild animal running through the wilderness. That's an aspect that I love.
Day 568 of our journey into America's freezers. We've found ourselves at a location which we're told has frozen beef, but we need to dig deeper. Is the beef currently frozen?
Yeah, it's frozen.
Would it be possible to actually go in the freezer and get those frozen discs right out of the ice?
Oh, we already did that all this morning.
Might it be possible to have it on a stick, like a popsicle? No? All right, fair enough. With every restaurant, I feel we grow a little bit closer to actually getting in the freezer.
Don't settle for frozen. Swing by Wendy's and try a Dave's Double to see how fresh beef tastes. And now, great offers are available in the Wendy's mobile app. Download, sign up, and check your account to start redeeming today.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star, Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. Mountain Valley Heating and Air Conditioning, give us a call, you'll be glad you did. Herm's Inn, last chance for great food. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Planet Fitness of Logan, no intimidation and only $10 a month. ASPEN Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years. Hello everyone and welcome to Ridgeline High School in Millville as tonight the 2018 season gets underway. Ridgeline and Spanish Fork going at it this evening in an endowment game. Part of the money going to the schools and part going to UHSAA. That's what the endowment games are all about. Spanish Fork and Ridgeline meeting twice last season. We'll talk about that, but we're underway here. It's 1st and 10 for Spanish Fork. The kickoff was taken at the 15, returned up to about the 21, and that's where the Dons will take over. Going for the knockdown is the Ridgeline corner, but it's a pitch and catch. Good for about 8 yards. Swenson, the quarterback. Finding Iyer for 8 yards. Very windy here this evening. You might be able to hear it through my mic. Here's the off tackle run as they pop it outside. Kimball Morley picking up big yards all the way out to the 45-yard line. 17 yards for Morley and a first down. Ridgeline last year, trouble stopping the run. Here's Swenson keeping, and he's stopped for a 2-yard gain. Parker Swenson, the senior quarterback. Parker Swenson, the senior quarterback. He's got Morley in the backfield behind him. 17 yards for Morley the first time he touched the ball. Instead, they're going to give a little end around, and it's going to bring up 3rd and about 4 and a flag on the far side of the field. Noah Conway gets the carry. And we'll see what the call is. Ridgeline saying, hey, that one's on the visitors. And it is, it's a hold on Spanish Fork. We'll back them up 10 yards and play the down over again.
Out to our Mountain Ridge Furniture for providing the best seat in the house. Check out the best seat in the house in the north end of the room, where you'll see Mike Wing and his wife. Look for that promotion.
So now it's 2nd down and long. 2nd and about 18 for Spanish Fork. Boy, a penalty just changes everything with down and distance. And Swenson's in trouble, being chased in the backfield. Rolls out, finds his running back out of the backfield for about a 1-yard gain. Morley slipped out, and it's a completion, but it's only 1 yard. And it's going to be 3rd down and long. First 3rd down chance of the game for Spanish Fork. 3 down linemen for Ridgeline. We're going to rush 3 and drop 8. Swenson looking over the middle. He's got a man right at the sticks, and he's got more than that. Down deep into Riverhawks territory is Iyer. That was back at the 38-yard line.
The best seat in the house, that north end zone, is
37 yards and a first down.
Providence on September 1st. Look for their promotion for your chance to see
for Spanish Fork. Ridgeline, that's one of those killers. If you're Ridgeline, it's a killer for your defense, and there's a flag at the end. Over there on the far sideline, it looks like it's going to be against the Riverhawks. Personal foul, a horse collar tackle. So that's half the distance to the goal. It's down inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. So Spanish Fork taking the opening kick from their own 21-yard line, now down at the 13-yard line of Ridgeline. Spanish Fork won the initial meeting between these two games last season, and they won it convincingly. And on 2nd down, there's no gain for Morley.
Among the first in were Cameron Dowley and
Gonna move the sticks, so give him 1.
We want to thank our other Riverhawk sponsors.
8:50 to play in the first period as we're just underway in the 2018 season.
And Icon Health and Fitness.
And Spanish Fork comes out with a 4-receiver set. Conway's in the slot on the near side. Look for him. He was a big-time target last year. They give to Morley, trying to find some running room, and he is stuffed. 3rd and long is Morley with no gain. Kimball Morley, the senior. (27 carries, 139 yards, and 4 touchdowns as a junior last year. 5 yards per carry as a junior for Morley. Swenson looking in trouble. Look out! Underneath he had Morley sneaking out of the backfield, and Morley would have scored if the pass would have been on target. But Swenson was in trouble. He was running away from Tuckett, and he led Morley a little too much. Ridgeline dodges the bullet on that play. And now it's a field goal attempt for Spanish Fork. 23 yards, well, 30 yards where they're going to spot it. Kicks up, kicks good. Spanish Fork scoring first, 3-0 with 7:55 to play in the first period from Richmond.
They would tell me something and I'd say, huh? And then they'd tell me again and I'd say, huh? And they'd say, never mind. And so I called and made an appointment.
Say the word pass.
He's a PhD, and I know what it takes to get a PhD.
Say the word red.
It was like night and day. And then the hearing test was the thing that I thought, wow, he really knows what he's doing. I would recommend Dr. Daines to anybody, everybody.
Back at Ridgeline High School, Eric Olson along with you for the 2018 season. 3-0 Spanish Fork as they get set to kick off. They march down to the 13-yard line, and then that was it. Spencer Redd, the kicker, right back to the 1-yard line. Chance at a return here across the 20 and out to about the 23-yard line goes Cale Jensen. No, that's White. Micah White is 23. Get on the right page there. Probably hear it from time to time here. We're up on top of the booth and it's been windy. It was very windy earlier. It's calmed down some now. But we'll see if that plays a part later in this ball game. Spanish Fork looking like they may have been offsides, the end on the far side, and it is a penalty against Spanish Fork. So it'll be 1st and 5. Trailing 3-0. Breck Jackson looks to the backfield. It's White. White across the 30 and up to about the 32-yard line. He's going to be very close to a first down.
Micah White, the ball carrier. Peterman
Jackson, one of those returners from last year. Micah White, running back, who picks up a first down. 5 yards on the carry. Hasn't missed a workout since December. The coaches are really high on his work ethic and what they think they can get out of him. Jackson over the middle, has a man, has a first down. Has about 15 yards. It is 15 yards. Parker with the grab. Chance Parker, the senior. Ridgeline looking crisp offensively in the early going. Jackson throws it backwards to White. He's got to get on it. No, they're going to say, boy, they're going to say that was a forward pass or just an incomplete pass. That thing was trouble. Jackson, the senior, was down there talking to Travis Cox, who was helping out here for Ridgeline. He was warming Jackson up, and Jackson walked by when they were done, and he's put on some muscle as well. He's a big quarterback. Jackson's going to give to White. He's going to try to bounce outside. He slipped a little. He gets a yard. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Bubba Rapino in on the stop for the Dons.
Bubba Rapina, the senior D lineman, number 44. In on the tackle. So at their own 47-yard line, Ridgeline faces 3rd and 9. Jackson, plenty of time, looks underneath, has a receiver. It looks like it's Dolly. He's out near the first down marker. He was stopped short, then he rolled over the tackler and gained an extra yard, but he's going to be about a half yard short. So let's see what they do. Jackson stays out there. They're going to go for it. On 4th down and a yard. It's a full yard as well.
Boyack on the stop for the Dons.
They pulled Spanish Fork offside on the first play of the game. They're going to keep it. Jackson, he got a good push. Let's see where that side judge marks it. Spanish Fork sideline thinks he's short, and the Spanish Fork players do too. He got a good initial surge, and then they backed him up. Boy, it's close. I don't think he got it. Let's see. They'll measure it. The stick is just short of the 43-yard line. I think he's short. I think he's going to be short by half a football. And that'd be a huge win for the Spanish Fork defense. That's one of those momentum stealers and killers. Spanish Fork holds. Coach Howell told us before he wanted his team to be more physical. He wanted them to play tough and physical. That was their first chance. They needed 3 feet and they couldn't get it. So we'll see if they get a chance to redeem themselves a little bit later. But that's definitely a play that'll be talked about in film tomorrow. Winning up front. So Swenson comes back out. It's a 3-0 lead for Spanish Fork. Swenson keeps on that read option. Swenson's got himself 7 yards. Approaching 5 minutes to play in the first period. It's 3-0 Spanish Fork. Looking for a double move was Swenson. His receiver didn't give it to him. He just sat down. He pump faked like they were going to get an out and up type of pattern, maybe a sluggo, slant and go. But all his receivers just sat down. So he had to get rid of it so he didn't take a sack. Swenson's 3 of 4 for 46 yards here in the early going. Morley behind him on 3rd down and 3. Swenson hollers out to his 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Swenson looks across the middle. Caught for a moment, then dropped. Big hit put on by the Ridgeline defender. That was number 25, Eric Wenger. He separated that receiver from the ball. If he hadn't gotten there, that's a catch and a first down. Spanish Fork will have to punt. Parker back to receive, standing on his own 11-yard and blocked. It's a free ball, scooped up by Ridgeline. Ridgeline will start at the Spanish Fork 25-yard line as Andrew Hughey scoops it up and runs it down to the 25. It was blocked by another player, and Hughey scooped it up and ran. Red saved a touchdown with the tackle. They're going to spot him actually at the 26. It was Trevor Hobbs that got the block kick. So a huge turn of events for Ridgeline as we're under 5 minutes of play in the first period. They trail 3-0. White tries to bounce it out, nothing. He was looking for an opening, and Spanish Fork closed them all, and they hauled him down for no gain. Jackson rolls near side, sets up, changes his mind. He's got a receiver right on the sideline, both feet in. Only needs the one. The catch is made at the 12, 13 yards. That was Jackson Holmgren. They're going to fake the give to White. Looking over the middle, Dowley had a half a step, but great closing speed by the defensive back. And he knocks it away for an incompletion. It was Zach Buse that made that play. That was a great play by Buse. So now it's 2nd and 10 on the 12-yard line. White in the backfield with Jackson. Parker in motion, a short motion. Jackson in trouble. Down he goes at the 15. A sack for Spanish Fork. It'll be 3rd and long.
Josh Traffney with the stop for the Dons.
Jackson had some time. He just couldn't find anybody. 3 out of 4 starters in the secondary for Spanish Fork. Played lots of downs last year, so they are experienced in their secondary. I feel like that will be a strength for them this year. See if they drop 8 again. There are some running lanes if they do that. Jackson looks for a screen, nice call. White underneath, down near the 5. He's going to be short of the first down. He's down to the 6. So it's a 10-yard gain, but it's going to be 4th down and about 3. Ridgeline 0 for 2 on 3rd downs in the early going. And Murdoch, the sophomore, on for the field goal. Kick looks good. It is good. We're all tied up at 3 with 3:20 to play in the first period from Ridgeline.
My grandpa went to the Star Hospital to get his back fixed. The doctor used a robot to make a mini invasion. That's pretty cool. When Grandpa had his old back, he just laid on the couch and watched the news. But now we do cool stuff like fishing and hiking.
We provide comprehensive spine care and minimally invasive orthopedic procedures at 8 Star hospitals all along the Wasatch Front. Look for the Star.
Wonder where we keep all the robots.
Murdoch set to kick off after the short field goal to tie things up at 3. Set up by a block punt by Hobbs. This one fielded at the 6-yard line, up the far sideline, and knocked down at the 20-yard line. It's Dallas Higher. So Spanish Fork brings their hosses back out on the field. 5 losses for Ridgeline last year. 3 of those 5 losses came to teams that made the semifinals in 4A. Mountain Crest, Skyview, and Stansbury were 3 of the final 4. And those were 3 of the 5 losses for Ridgeline. Nice little end around and a nice play made by Ridgeline. It's going to be a loss. Micah White comes up and makes the tackle. You're going to hear about him a lot this year. It's a 1-yard loss. The wind starting to calm down here now. Turn around, give to Morley. Straight ahead, nothing doing. Hobbs was there. He was helped out by Rhett Gabriel.
There's a flag on the play.
It's a flag right where they made the tackle. Let's see what the call is. Maybe a hold, I don't know. Personal foul against Ridgeline. Man, so instead of 3rd down and 11, it's going to be a 1st down. Coach Howell's asking for an explanation. I didn't see anything nuts going on there. No, okay. Now they're correcting themselves. They're saying it's on Spanish Fork. I didn't see them do anything either, but I looked down at my stat sheet after the tackle, so it must have been something after the play. So not only do you barely get back to the line of scrimmage, you lose 10 yards, half the distance. And Spanish Fork with 3 penalties in the early going. We're tied at 3 with 2:20 to play in the first period. Swenson, now they're running the out and up. And Conway was headed down the sideline, but Swenson overthrew him. And it's going to be 4th and long. 1 for 3 now for Spanish Fork on 3rd downs.
Remember, after the game tonight, a dance for all Ridgeline students, including the incoming freshmen. It's in the Commons area. The cost is $3. First stop of the year.
White and Parker setting up camp about midfield. As Red will kick from his own end zone. Flag thrown. Ridgeline might have been offsides. Parker's going to pick it up at the 46. Gets a big block. Down the sideline and out of bounds. Inside the Spanish Fork 30-yard line. Let's look at the flag. Ridgeline could have been offside. Spanish Fork could have been moving early. And they're talking to Coach Howell. And it's going to be on Spanish Fork. It's procedure. They were just going to see, hey, do you want them to kick it over again or do you want to take it? Coach Howell wanted to see exactly where they're marking it out of bounds. It's at the Spanish Fork 29-yard line. Coach Howell said, hey, we'll take it right there. That's a pretty good starting field position. 2:06 to play in the first period. Spanish Fork came out of the gates with a nice first possession. Since then, they've had some trouble. Ridgeline's played better defensively, but Spanish Fork shot themselves in the foot. Parker in motion. Give to White up inside. Hunter Clark was waiting for White. White picks up a couple. Jackson's going to give it to White again. He's met in the backfield, looking for some positive yardage, and he's hauled down out of bounds, and another flag. They took him to the ground 3 yards out of bounds. That's a tough one. Sometimes it's kids like this because they're hauling him out of bounds. They're hanging on him as he goes out of bounds. And they hung on and took him to the ground, and that brought a flag. It was no gain on the run, and the officials are talking about it now. That would be half the distance. Personal foul, another one on Spanish Fork. And that's going to be an automatic first down. That should take that down inside the 15-yard line, or near the 15-yard line. Yeah, they were inside the outside the 25-yard line, so it's the full 15 yards. 4th penalty on Spanish Fork in this first period. Jackson's going to give to a new running back in the game for Ridgeline. Spins his way, does Mason Bowler.
Mason Bowler, the ball carrier.
Back to the line of scrimmage. Spanish Fork, Ridgeline in a hurry. Spanish Fork just about comes up with a turnover as Jackson has trouble with it. But he steps up, finds Dowley. That's down to the 9-yard line. 5-yard gain on what looked like disaster. Another high snap. Jackson over the middle, touchdown, Ridgeline. Parker with the grab.
Parker in the end zone.
A 10-yard strike for a touchdown. Now they're going to go for 2. Running some stuff early, and they get it. Parker throws the conversion. And it's 11-3. Ridgeline with the lead. Back after this. Well, the defense and special teams sets up the offense with a short field and a touchdown throw and a 2-point conversion throw. Later sees Ridgeline on top, 11-3. Ridgeline trying a few different looks, a few different things. You'll see that in these early season games as teams work on stuff, getting ready for region play. Ridgeline lost 22-8 to open the 2017 season to Spanish Fork. Jackson 16-26, 120 yards, a touchdown and an interception in that game. He's off to a good start here tonight. Not a lot of yards because there's been a couple of short field possessions. Swenson gonna throw. Trouble. Dowley coming from the backside. It's a little underneath screen and making people miss his higher. He is shifty. 7 yards. Spanish Fork's got some beef on their interior line. They've been pretty balanced in their run pass distribution. Here for Morley. He's going to get 3 yards and a first down. 5 carries, 20 yards. Kimball Morley. And that's the end of the first period. 11-3, Ridgeline leading Spanish Fork after the first 12.
Do you need some help crossing the street? The world judges. We don't. Planet Fitness. Be free.
Back at Ridgeline High School, Eric Olson along with you. It's the Valley Channel rolls into, I think it's about the third decade of sports coverage here in Cache Valley. In fact, talking to our producer, director, owner, everything extraordinaire, Earl Rouse, before this game, and the first game Valley Channel ever did, 1987, a state championship game between Mountain Crest and Sky. So here we are now in 2018. Still goofing around with this. Nice move by Morley to get outside and get out of trouble. And here's a flag as he runs right over one of the coaches, or one of the staff members, a little gal. And down she goes. He got hit a little late. We've seen Spanish Fork be called for that a couple of times here, and now they're going to return the favor, I believe, to Ridgeline. 7-yard run by Morley, and they'll tack on 15 more. Ridgeline picks up only their second penalty of the game, but it's a big one. Ridgeline leading 11-3 as we start the second quarter. Oh, it's so nice to get football back. And it's cloudy. The sun is behind the clouds. It's like everything has come together in a celebration for Pigskin being back. 4 receivers. Running back stays in the block. Swenson with time. Underneath he goes. But the tackle is made for a 1-yard loss by Parker. Morley with the reception. He lost a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 11. Ridgeline did not look good defensively on their first possession. If you're just joining us, Spanish Fork marched down the field. They held them to a field goal, but since then, the Ridgeline defense has looked much better. Turn and give to Morley. He's looking for space. He makes a man miss. Across the 40 down to the 35.
Morley, the ball carrier.
Looked like he'd be stopped for a loss, and instead he picks up 2.
Mellon in on the stop.
Boy, they're going to spot him clear back at the 36. Looked like maybe he was down to about the 34, but we're blocked off from where we are on that sideline. So it's only 2. Just to get 2, that was a pretty good run. 2 of 4 on 3rd downs for Spanish Fork. It's 3rd down and 9. Swenson's 5 of 7 for 51 yards. He rolls underneath. He's got a man, but he one-hopped it. One-hopped it to Lofton. And the drive bogs down for Spanish Fork at the 36-yard line. Now you're in kind of that no man's land where you probably go for it. Swenson stays on the field. You don't have much to gain kicking here. Too far for a field goal with a little bit of wind in your face. So on 4th and 9, they're looking up the sidelines. Catch. Oh no, catch almost made. And Iyer is walloped by Cook. And drops the ball. Nope, that wasn't Cook. That's Junior DeMooney that was there. Put a shot on Iyer. It got into Iyer's hands, looked like he was pulling it in, and then DeMooney came over and said, yeah, not so fast. We want that back. First game of the season. Not everything's crisp. Up here or down there. We'll get used to everybody. Jackson over the middle's got his man inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. 15, 16, 20 yards. to the big guy, Hayden Bowen. And in a hurry, Jackson brings his team up to the line of scrimmage. He's got 81 yards and a touchdown. Does Breck Jackson. He's got White on the swing if he wants it. Instead, he goes over the middle to Bowen, and it's knocked away. Nice play there by Spanish Fork's Ben Boyack. Boyack led the team in tackles last year with 90 at the linebacker spot. He makes the play there. 2nd down and 10.
And our blue sponsor, Lewiston State Bank, Cash Valley Bank,
White looked like he might have had a little bit of room swinging out of the backfield. And instead, Jackson went for his tight end. He was well covered. And now the tight end's way out to this side. And they're looking for Parker over the middle. Big hit, but he comes up with the football. 24 yards and a 1st down. Wow. Big hit put on by the Spanish Fork secondary, but Parker held on to it. Here's White. He's not going anywhere. He's hauled down for a gain of a yard. So Ridgeline's thrown the ball around the yard, 105 yards in a quarter and 2 minutes. But they can't get a running game going, and White's coming to the sideline, and he is not moving his right arm very well. He had it held up into his chest, and now he's dropped it to his side. The trainer's going to take a look at him. Dr. Ryan Stolworthy's down there as well. We'll take a peek at him. Coach Howell checks in with him. He's a two-way player that they need. We'll keep an eye on that as Parker goes in motion. They're going to hand it to him. Cuts back inside, and he's inside or near the 15-yard line. And a flag at the end of the play.
A quick thank to our green sponsors for the great support they provide.
Lots of flags in the early going in this ball game. That's number 6.
The Logo Shop, Burton Lumber, and Landmark Companies.
Excuse me, that's number 7. Counting is hard. A personal foul on Ridgeline. It'll be 2nd down and 20. Ridgeline 3 penalties for 40 yards. 4 penalties for 40 yards for Spanish Fork. Ridgeline's been alternating between go fast and slow down, and right now they're slowing down. Jackson came to the sideline, get the play. Mooney and Dolly and Parker all to this side. Ball on the far side. Bowler with the carry.
Mason Bowler with the ball.
And we've got another flag down on the far
Joe
side.
Gann on the stop for the Dons.
This was down at the 15-yard line at one time for Ridgeline. Now a hold against Ridgeline, and they're going to be backed up even further. So we saw Spanish Fork do this to themselves on an earlier drive, and now it's Ridgeline's turn. Taking the old football 6-shooter and pointing it squarely at their toes. Now shouldn't they get the down over again? Because I thought that was 2nd down. No, no, it wasn't, because the penalty, the personal foul penalty, was post-play, so that was 3rd down, and so this is 3rd down, and it's 3rd and a long way. They've got to get down to the 10-yard line. They're back at the 38, so they have to go 28 yards, just shy of the 10. And they're going to give it to Dolly. Play it safe, and he's going to pick up a few. About 6.
That was Cameron Daly. Brings up a 4th and long.
Murdoch's a good kicker, but I don't think he's a 50-yard kicker. He's just a sophomore. And they're going to punt it away. Looks like Tuckett's their punter. Tuckett with the left foot. Oh, he couldn't quite stop it. He had a man down there near the goal line. The football bounces funny. I think it was Brandon Cook that was trying to keep that thing in the field of play and bounce past him. So Spanish Fork takes over with 7:33 to play in the first half, trailing 11-3. 5 of 7 for 51 yards for Swenson. They've had a punt blocked, but neither team with a turnover. Turn and give to Morton. He's pushed back and hauled down. He gets back to the 20-yard line, so back to the line of scrimmage. He came into this season averaging 5 yards a carry with limited carries last year. In his first couple of carries, he looked like he was going to pick up where he left off last year, but Ridgeline's kind of figured him out since then. Only 11 yards in his last 7 carries. Here's a little fly sweep. Conway cuts it back. Ridgeline catches up. Conway picks up 4. It'll be 3rd and 6. Spanish Fork is 2 of 5 on 3rd down. Hughie comes into the game. Nate Nixon comes out. That's to Will Larson. Third and 6. 3 wide to the far side. Swenson's going to keep trouble. He loses 2. Mentioned it earlier, but Ridgeline defensively on the first series by Spanish Fork was crisp. They marched right down the field. Ridgeline looked like they were going to have some of the same trouble they had last year, stopping the run. But they fixed a couple of things. I don't know if they made adjustments or if they're just playing better. Kick up into the wind is a short one, and it's touched at about the 42-yard line by Spanish Fork, and that's where Ridgeline will take over. Good starting field position again for the Riverhawks, who lead 11-3 with 5:20 to play in the first half. We mentioned that Spanish Fork whooped Ridgeline the first game of the season last year. Well, Ridgeline returned the favor and beat Spanish Fork 25-22 in the opening round of the playoffs. Spanish Fork with 3 turnovers in that game. Sam Weta had 7 catches for 107 yards. White had 5 catches for 69 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brady Stewart was 18 of 23, 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. Weta threw a touchdown on a gadget play. 16 yards to White. Jackson sets up, delivers.
Pass complete to
Holmgren. 5-yard reception. He's got 2 catches for 18 yards. Wind starting to pick up a little bit again here in Millville. Tight formation with stacked receivers to each side. Jackson steps up. Valley can't come up with it. It's a little bit behind him. Jackson with good pocket presence that time. Sometimes a quarterback doesn't need to run away. He just needs to drift and shift. And Jackson that time showing some pretty good awareness there. Instead of taking off, he just kind of drifted and waited for a man. And he left it a little bit behind out. 3rd and 5. Jackson escapes pressure. Wants his man Bowen to go downfield and take the defender with him. And Jackson keeps. He's going to be near the stick, but I think he's going to be about a yard short. He needed 5. He picked up 4. Oh, they're going to say he picked up all 5. Wow. The official on the far side spotted it about a yard short, but the official on the near side, who was, of course, a whole football field closer, spotted it at the sticks. Spanish Fork, their coaching staff wants a timeout. We're going to talk about this one a little bit. Christopher Howell's the only coach Ridgeline's ever had. He's in his 3rd year. He's 15-9 with 2 playoff appearances in those 2 years. They're 2-2. Last year, they were 3rd in the region. 2016, they were also 3rd in the region. 7-5 overall last year, 8-4 in their inaugural season.
Remember, after the game,
look offensively, they averaged about 26.5 points per game last year, and 12th, good for 12th in 4A. 92 yards a game rushing and 126 yards per game passing was their average. First and 10. Valley in the backfield, acting as the fullback. They give it to a new runner, Michael Tuckett. First time Tuckett's carried. He picked up 6 yards. Just joining us, it's 11-3 Ridgeline. Spanish Fork took the lead early at 3-0. Ridgeline tied it at 3. Then Ridgeline used a good return on a punt, short field, scored and got the 2-point conversion. Earlier in this game, it was a 4th and 1. Ridgeline couldn't convert. Coach Howell said before the game he wants this team to show more toughness, and that's one of those toughness plays. They've been running the ball a lot since then. Wide open, touchdown, Parker from Jackson. There's nothing tough about that. That one's all Curry. 26 yards. Jackson now is 10 of 13, 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. Both of those touchdowns to Parker. Murdoch's kick is good. It's 18-3 with 3:33 to play in the first half. Ridgeline rolling in Millville.
Hi. Hey, wanted to tell you my experience with Discount Tire. I own quite a few vehicles, more than I should. Discount Tire always takes care of me. I go down there, I feel like part of the family. They keep records of everything they've done to every one of my vehicles. They keep better records than I do. I go in there, I don't bother checking prices. Their prices are awesome. I need an inspection, I call them, wow, come on down, we'll take care of you. In fact, I have a vehicle down there right now, and that's what they said, come down, we'll take care of you. They're just great people. You go in there, it's a homey atmosphere. They're Waiting area, gosh, got a TV going on. It's very comfortable. It's always very comfortable. Summer, winter, they just do a great job. But more importantly, they take really good care of my vehicles. They're really good guys.
(18-3) Ridgeline, our score here with 3:33 to play in the first half. Murdoch would kick off. Line drive, it's going to go into the end zone. Let's take a look at a couple other scores we have. Bear River leads Juan Diego 14-7. That one in the second period. As we look for Logan and Bonneville. Logan leads Bonneville 14-0. He must have started that game early because it says it's in the fourth quarter. But Logan leading Bonneville 14-0. Swenson back out. Mountain Crest 15-3 over Salem Hills, approaching halftime in that. We'll look for the Skyview Stansbury score in just a moment. Man coverage shown by Ridgeline. Pass over the middle, too low for Conway, and he stands up. He doesn't like something about the play. I think he thought he was interfered with. Skyview and Stansbury are tied at 7. That one deep in the second quarter as well. Second and 10 for Swenson. Good protection. Now it breaks down. He's got some running room to the near side. And Dowley runs him out of bounds. And then one of the Ridgeline defenders, after Dowley was out of bounds and he was almost stopped, somebody for Spanish Fork came over and just walloped one of the Ridgeline defenders. The official was standing right there and he threw the flag. So instead of 3rd and 3, that's post play. So instead of 3rd and 3, it's going to be 3rd and long. So the run counts for Swenson. He's got 4 carries for 14 yards. And that's the call. Another personal foul. A lot of personal foul calls in this game. A couple against Ridgeline, a couple against Spanish Fork. It's half the distance because of where the ball is out on the field. Let's see if that's the case. No, they went the full 15. And now Coach Howell wants a timeout because you take a look at the clock, there's 3:20 to play in the first half. You've got Spanish Fork backed up deep into their own territory. And you're late on the down markers. You're in 3rd down. A 3rd down and long situation. So if you can get a stop here, you've got a lot of time to maybe put some more points on the board.
Check out the best seat in the house in the north end zone. Watching the game in style.
Jackson, in the 5th game of the season, he yielded to Brady Stewart. He started 4 games, 552 yards, and 5 touchdowns for Jackson. He's got some experience under his belt.
Our other big sponsors include Icon Health and Fitness, Northern Utah.
Spanish Fork, their coach Preston Parrish, he's in his 3rd year as well. They're 9 and 10, but they've got a long tradition: 7 region titles, 32 playoff appearances. Their last region title was in 2012. They were 6 and 4 last year, 2nd in Region 10. They were 4 and 1 in the region. 31 points per game, good for 8th in 4A. But now they've got 3rd and 16. Swenson, out pattern, completion. It's going to be well shy, and now if you're Ridgeline, you don't want a dumb penalty. 9 yards.
Mellon on the coverage.
Lofton with the catch. Spanish Fork is going to have to punt. They're 2 of 7 on 3rd down. Spencer Red on to punt. Ridgeline's going to take another timeout because Spanish Fork was just taking their sweet time and the clock was running. We're at 2:42. So almost 40 seconds, 38 seconds and run off in between plays there. Ridgeline will have 1 timeout to work with. Red's going to be kicking into what's become more of just a intermittent breeze. Earlier this evening, there were some thunderstorms just out to the west. We weren't getting any rain, but we were getting all sorts of wind. It was blowing equipment all over the place. There's all sorts of cameras and headgear and everything else up here for people that are, for film crews that are doing game film and coaches and everything else, but now it's really settled down. Red's kick takes a good hop. Clear down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. That's called flipping the field. Now, Spanish Fork picked it up and they're running with it. And they're saying that it touched one of the Ridgeline players. And Coach Parrish got right in the side judge's ear, pleaded his case, and then jumped up and down and demonstrated loudly when he didn't, when the official didn't agree with him. Then a flag came out. So let's see if it's just a sideline warning. It looked like that was darn close to touching DeMooney. It bounced right behind DeMooney and past him. Of course, I'm too far away, and it's just a sideline warning on Spanish Fork. Coach Parrish still pleading his case. That would have been huge because Spanish Fork picked it up and they had a convoy all the way to the end zone. But instead, Ridgeline with an 18-3 lead has 2 minutes and 32 seconds and a timeout to work with. They start at their own 38, 4 wide. Jackson, pressure. Dowley, 4 yards.
Pass complete to Cameron Dowley.
2 catches, 9 yards for Dowley.
Henry Clark and Jonas Smith on the coverage for Spanish Fork.
Parker brings the play in. Ridgeline has alternated hurry up and slow it down. And with a short clock, they huddle it up. Bowler in the backfield. Jackson's going to throw. Looks to Parker. He had it right in his hands and dropped it. Just a little behind him. 3rd down. Dowley was streaking down the sideline, but Jackson was on the move to his right. That would have taken an awful lot of mustard to get that ball as far downfield as Dowley was. Ridgeline only 1 of 4 on 3rd downs. And on the field side here, the wide side, they've got things in tight. Oh. Ridgeline moved. Spanish Fork. One of their linebackers came up like he was going to blitz, and then the guard flinched. Instead of 3rd and 5, it's going to be 3rd and 10. Five penalties on Ridgeline in this first half, 4 of them here in the second period. Spanish Fork has 5 penalties as well, 4 of them in the first period for Spanish Fork. 1:46 to play in the half. Ridgeline leads 18-3. Same formation. Now here comes Bowler out of the backfield. Jackson unloads underneath to Parker. Has a little bit of blocking. He's got a first down. There's a flag back at the 40. Might have been a lineman downfield illegally because he had blocking. He got to the sticks, but there's a flag back where you would expect it to be on the offense. And it's a hold. So instead of a first down out near midfield, it's going to be third and pick a large number. 19, third and 19. It's a short list of plays that you have on that play sheet that are designed for third and 19. We talked about White and his arm earlier, how he came off. He's on the sideline right now with his helmet off, and he's got his arm wrapped up. It's his forearm. And we haven't seen him for a while. Good blocking up front. Jackson's just going to get rid of it. Good blocking up front. Good coverage downfield. Jackson has to just dump it out of bounds. And Ridgeline will have to kick it away. Let's see at halftime if I can figure out what's going on. It's the forearm of White. But he's got all wrapped up. I don't know if it's ice. Looks like it might be ice on it. He does not have his helmet, and we have not seen him for a while. Tuckett with a left foot rugby style kick. Fair catch called for and made at the 30 by Iyer. In fact, they're going to spot him at the 31. And with 1:26 to play in the first half, Spanish Fork takes over, trailing by 15. Spanish Fork comes out, makes ready. And they blow the whistles. And Ridgeline's going to take their last time out. Ridgeline doesn't want to give up anything cheap to end this half. They pretty much controlled this game since about midway through the first quarter.
Hey, the concession stand is open.
You talk about the defense. 7 players returning on that defense. Hobbs, he's the only one on the line really that returns. He had 3 sacks, 23 tackles last year. Tuckett had 22 tackles last year. Bowen 4 tackles. Dolly 8. DeMooney 16 tackles and an interception. White with 8 tackles and Parker with 5 tackles and a pick. 3 defensive backs back for them as well. Them being Ridgeline. Long throw to the sideline by Swenson. That's a long throw. And it's over the head of Hunter Clark.
Make that Hunter Clark.
2nd and 10.
Bowen and Parker on defense.
Staying in that 4 wide spread look. Swenson flushed. He's on the sideline and he just chucks it away. He had a receiver down there. And it's 3rd and 10. 6 of 11 for 60 yards for Parker Swenson. The senior quarterback, he's a tall drink of water. The roster doesn't list their sizes. He looks like he's probably over 6 feet. And he's in trouble. Now he winds up way downfield. DeMooney's there. And he comes up with it. He was looking for air, and DeMooney makes the play. Junior DeMooney. Getting after the ball. So Ridgeline gets it back with 1:08 to play in the first half. And the first turnover by an offense. 18-3 with 1:08 to go here in this first half. Ridgeline, how are they going to play the final 68 seconds? Are they going to go big, or are they just going to get into the half? Because they do get the ball to start the second half. Jackson, the RPO, run pass option to Parker. Parker steps out of bounds. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage, thrown as the play started. That's usually on the offense, and a lot of penalties here late on Ridgeline. Their last possession had a couple of big penalties in it. Last two possessions have. Ridgeline's got to clean it up. And you know the coaches are going to be talking about that at halftime. Those are mental mistakes. Illegal shift. So 1st and 15, still 1:01 on the clock. No more timeouts for Ridgeline. So they're going to have to be in the hurry up and work the sidelines. Holmgren, one of 3 receivers to the near side. Here's the inside give to Bowler. Bowler, 5, 6, 7 yards. Ridgeline won't huddle it up. They'll come to the side, or excuse me, they'll come to the line of scrimmage. 40 seconds. 2nd down and 9. Jackson looks to Bowler out of the backfield. Bowler runs to the sideline. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 after a gain of 5. Boyack made sure he got out. Bowler seeing more action because of the injury to White. They didn't even have to hurry, and they did because the clock was stopped after Bowler run out of bounds and got another penalty. They're moving early again. There's a procedure call on Ridgeline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 penalties on Ridgeline here in this first half. Spanish Fork with 5. Seven of those penalties have been here in the second period. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 instead of 3rd and 3. 3-man rush. Jackson looks in trouble. Down he goes. 2nd sack of the night. For Spanish Fork, now they want a timeout. 4-yard loss for Jackson. Four carries, -1 yards for Jackson. Sacks go in that rushing total. Spanish Fork calls the timeout, and they want to get whatever they can. They might come after this punt. They got 13 players that saw time last year, the return of Spanish Fork. They had 110 rushing yards per game in 2017, 187 passing yards. Ikatau, Daw, with both starters here tonight that played a lot last year. Morley, Noah Conway, Hunter Clark, and Spencer Redd all saw a lot of time last year. Offensively, the players they did lose were big part of the offense. Conway led the team, was tied for the team lead in receptions at 43. They lost some playmakers. Tuckett with the left foot again. Higher at the 21. Gets to the 25, and that's it. Special teams has been just that tonight for Ridgeline. They've been really good. Brett Giebert was on the tackle. Second time we've called his name tonight. (18-3) Ridgeline with the lead. Just a few seconds left here in this first half. They go like they're going to run the hook and ladder. Conway keeps it. We got flags all over the field. There was a flag just as the ball was snapped, and then a flag in the secondary during the play. 9 seconds, 8. The clock finally stops. Let's see what the calls are. Lots of flags. 13 total penalties accepted in the first half. So you can kind of tell it's the first game of the year. Still talking about it. Probably procedure against Spanish Fork, but what's the flag downfield? Personal foul on Spanish Fork. So they don't take the procedure call, they take the personal foul, back them up. It's another 15-yard penalty for Spanish Fork. With 8 seconds left on the clock. They wind the clock, and Swenson's going to take a knee, and that'll be the end of the first half. Ridgeline up by 15. It's 18-3 as we go to the locker rooms here in Millville.
Ew. Ew.
The world judges. We don't. Planet Fitness. Be free.
Hi, Cache Valley. This is Fernando over the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving out free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this out and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gias in the basement. Come see as soon as you can. Thank you.
They would tell me something and I'd say, huh? And then they'd tell me again and I'd say, huh? And they'd say, never mind. And so I called and made an appointment.
Say the word pass.
He's a PhD, and I know what it takes to get a PhD.
Say the word red.
It was like night and day. And then the hearing test was the thing that I thought, wow, he really knows what he's doing. I would recommend Dr. Daines to anybody, everybody.
Wendy's 4 for $4 is now better than ever because it's the deal with more variety than ever. With 8 different sandwiches to choose from, plus nuggets, fries, and a drink. So choose a double stack, or the crispy chicken sandwich, or a grilled chicken go-wrap, or the junior bacon cheeseburger, or any of these others. Whatever you choose, you still get this much food, all for just $4. So try all 8 and pick your favorite, and taste what makes the new 4 for $4 deliciously different. Only at Wendy's.
The game of the week is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star, Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. Mountain Valley Heating and Air Conditioning, give us a call, you'll be glad you did. Herm's Inn, last chance for great food. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Planet Fitness of Logan, no intimidation, and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.
18-3 our score here at the half as we get ready for the second half of play. Ridgeline leads the Spanish Fork Dons. Hope you enjoyed that first half. Things got a little shaky there at the end of that second quarter. It took a while to play that. A lot of penalties. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 accepted penalties in that first half. And of those 14 accepted penalties, 9 of them came in the second quarter. 173 total yards for Ridgeline, 28 is all on the ground, and Micah White went out with an injury. He was unable to get an update on that and what's going on. It looked like a forearm injury on his right arm. 145 yards passing for 173 total yards, and Ridgeline will get the ball to start the second half. Here's Parker taking the second half kickoff up to the 27-yard line. Spanish Fork had 47 yards on the ground, 60 through the air for 107 total yards. They had a punt blocked and they had an interception. They threw an interception, so, and you can probably hear it. The wind is picking up again. It settled down for part of that first half, but it's picking up again here in Millville. We're over on the east bench, the lower east bench in Cache Valley, right below the canyon. But the wind is coming out of the northwest. Here's a give to Bowler, who's filling in for White, who's not even wearing his shoulder pads as they come out of the locker room. Bowler's going to pick up a couple. Jackson goes to the sideline for the play. Bear River's leading Juan Diego at the half, 14-7. Green Canyon down in St. George taking on Pine View's, leading 24-17 at the half in that ball game. And Logan leads at the half against Bonneville, 21-7. A big boost for Logan. And their new coach, Travis Van Leeuwen, to get a win early. Here's Jackson. Spins out of trouble and then right down to the ground. He loses 5. One of the Spanish Fork players lost a helmet, so he'll have to go to the sideline. 2 of 5 on third downs, and it's 3rd and long. See what kind of adjustments both of these teams make. Jackson's had pretty good time in the pocket. He hasn't been able to find receivers. 3 of these defensive backs for Spanish Fork have been starting since they were sophomores. Steps up, finds Bowler, and Bowler on a little swing pass gets the sack yardage back and then a couple more. He picks up about 7, but it'll be 4th and 8.
Bowler with reception.
Bowler's second catch for 12 yards. Jackson 152 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air so far. Tuckett's going to be kicking right into that wind. Keeps this one low, and then it dies. Takes a great hop. Did it touch one of the Spanish Fork players? Now, Ridgeline says it did, but I'm a long way away and can't tell, and the official was right on top of it and said, no, it didn't. Spanish Fork had a call like that late in the first half go against them, where they thought that it had touched Ridgeline and they were going to get the scoop and score, and the officials said no, it didn't. So they ruled this one the same way. Swenson in the first half, 6 of 12 for 60 yards and an interception. And he was on the move a lot. Ridgeline put pressure on him. 2-yard gain on first down, the run right up the gut. That was Morley. Here's the pitch and catch. About 4 yards. Clark. Spanish Fork hurry into the line. 3rd and 5. Swenson flushed out of the pocket. Ball tipped up and caught by Morley. And are they going to say incomplete? No, they are going to say complete. But he's going to be short of the first down. Got about 3 yards. Swenson was in trouble. He just dumped that one off. Got popped up into the air, and Morley was Johnny on the spot. Red is in to kick. See if they really kick it away on 4th and 1. Red has to go down to the turf to get it. Not a good kick. But it takes a Spanish Fork bounce back to the 30-yard line. I think it ends up being about a 27-yard kick. So Ridgeline takes over with 8:08 to play in the 3rd. And Ridgeline leading 18-3. Fox Elders leading late and 7-6 at halftime. We mentioned Logan and Bonneville. Mountain Crest was leading Salem Hills 22-3 at the half. Skyview Stansbury. Skyview was leading that by a touchdown at the half.
Bowler is wrapped up by Hunter Clark.
That one's actually in the 3rd quarter now. It's 14-10. Skyview over Stansbury. Bowler for the yard. Jackson with the give, fakes the throw right up the middle for about 3. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
Tuck it up the middle, stopped by Bubba Rupina.
See who that was. It's Tuckett. Flag on the play as Jackson slings it to the outside, and it looked like it was incomplete. Holmgren was the intended receiver. Let's see what the flag is. See if Spanish Fork was offside or if Ridgeline left early. talking to one of the Ridgeline players, and now another official's talking to Coach Howell on this near sideline. Coach Howell's pretty animated about it, and he's holding his arms out and wondering what's going on. Looks like they're talking to Hobbs, and Hobbs is wondering what's going on as well. Pick up the flag. What are they doing? They're talking to everybody but us.
We'd like to thank our Riverhawk sponsors, Hart Flooring, Cash
Yeah, they
Car
picked
Wash,
up the flag. It's fourth down.
Northern Utah Ice Center, and Icon Health and Fitness for their support of Ridgeline Athletics.
Ridgeline still only 2 of 7 on third downs, same as Spanish Fork. Coach Howell's still pleading his case, whatever that case may be. They're having a good long talk about it, whatever it is they're talking about.
A special thanks goes out to Mountain Ridge Furniture for providing the best.
Something we don't really want any more of in this game is penalties. Oh, they're calling a chop block. They are going to call it on. They are going to call it on Ridgeline. Spanish Fork's going to decline it. Coach Howell not happy about it. So saying somebody was engaged up high, and then one of the Ridgeline players went in at his legs. Coach Howell's still steamed about it. Tuckett kicks it away. Good bounce. Oh, waits and waits and picks it up. That's dangerous. 16, the 26-yard line. And that's where Spanish Fork will take over, trailing 18-3, 6:41 to play in this third period. One interesting score if you're a high school football fan just in general. Syracuse and Roy taking each other on the Cache Valley connection there. Roy's head coach Fred Fernandez, who played collegiately at Utah State, one of the all-time greats up there at Utah State. He had a heart attack just a few days ago, so he's recovering. There's a lot of eyes on the Roy program, Coach Fernandez and his condition. Syracuse, one of the teams picked to finish pretty high in 6A. Morley picks up 4.
Kimball Morley, the ball
He's got
player.
31 yards on 10 carries.
Winger and Hobbs on the stop for Ridgeline.
Swenson steps out of a sure sack and then fires downfield and over the head of his receiver. Morley. No, that wasn't Morley, that was Iyer. Iyer was free downfield. The defensive back was closing, but it was such a long throw that it would have had to have been right on the money as the defensive back was getting there. It was just a little high. Swenson put that thing downfield. It was about a 50-yard throw. Swenson rolling to his left, has a man out near the 45 and still on his feet, and then hauled down at the 45. It was Conway, his first grab of the night, Noah Conway. It's going to be out at the 46-yard line at 20 yards and a first down. Conway's out there, Cousins. Playing receiver. Spanish Fork hasn't been able to get the running game going. 17-yard carry on the first carry of the game for Morley. And they ended up with 47 yards total at the half, so only 30 yards after that first carry. And right here is a loss of 1 for Morley. 11 carries, 30 yards for Morley. The last 10 carries averaged 1.4 yards. They're going to give it to Ian, and he's going to pick up some positive yardage this time, but not much. Boy, they strung him out and caught him after 2 yards. It looked like he was going to have a big run. It opened up for him. Ridgeline closed the gap in a hurry. It's 3rd down and 9. 2 of 7 on 3rd down for Spanish Fork. 4.5 to play in the third. 18-3 Ridgeline. Kimball with Morley in the backfield. He stays in the block. Excuse me, I said Kimball, I meant Swenson, and Swenson unloads, and it's out of reach of Dakota Conway. 9 of 17 is Swenson for 87 yards, and the drive stalls out at the 47-yard line. Faking it. And Ridgeline is there to shut it down. It's a loss of a yard. They didn't have Red back there. That was Caden Holt, the junior quarterback. Ridgeline recognized it. Stuffed it. So Ridgeline takes over at the 45. We saw Ridgeline use a gadget play on a 2-point conversion. And there's Spanish Fork trying one out there. You want to win them all, but these early games, especially this early endowment game, we're August 17th. It starts so early. There's some kinks that are being worked out. Here's the inside handoff. I believe that's Bowler. About a yard.
Hand off to Bowler.
Five carries, 11 yards for Bowler. Filling in for the injured Micah White. White went out early in this game. In the second quarter. Holding his arm, he had his forearm all wrapped. He's not even in his pads anymore. There's give and some tough running. Tuckett picks up 5. He's got 13 yards on 3 carries, so they're just kind of spreading the load out. 1, 2, 3, 4 running backs, or 5 players have toted the rock. One of those is Jackson, of course. He's taken a couple of sacks and running a couple other times. They're going to give it again. Ball came out, but it came out late.
Tuckett, the ball carrier.
That was 3rd down. And he's going to be short, so it's going to be 4th down. And Coach Howell figuring where they're at inside the 40 and the way his defense is playing. This is 4-down territory. It's 4th down and 3. 2:20 to play in the third. Neither team's been able to put any points on the board here in the third. It's 18-3 Ridgeline, same score as halftime. Bowler's going to slip out of the backfield. Jackson trouble, loses the football. One of his linemen picks it up. But it's another sack, the third one of the night for Spanish Fork. And the Dons take over at the 46-yard line on downs. Ridgeline defensively and called upon to hold down the fort here. As the offenses started to sputter. Going for the big one. Swenson just overthrows Conway. Actually, it was higher.
O'Reilly on the coverage.
Swenson over the middle. Catch was made. Corbin Harris at the 50, 49 of Ridgeline. Swenson's looking for 100 yards passing. He's at 93. 1:20 to play in the third period. Swenson throws it to the sideline and out of bounds. 10 of 20 for Swenson. And it's going to be 4th and 5. Spanish Fork now 2 of 9 on third downs. Here's your ouch that hurts beating of the week. Morgan is leading Grand 70-12. That's 10 touchdowns, 70-12, and that's still in the third quarter. Pretty good return there for Ridgeline. Riverhawks take over at their own 24. Approaching a minute to play here in this third period.
We want to thank our blue sponsors, Discount Tire, Redwood Donor, Schreiber Foods, Duo Marketing Group.
Park Silver's opened their lead to Oliver Layton at 21-6. That one's fourth quarter. Jackson's going to turn and give. Big hole right up the middle. Running room for Bowler. Bowler out near midfield.
Bowler, the ball carrier.
23 yards for Bowler. 6 carries, 34 yards now for Bowler, and Ridgeline in a hurry. They're going to give it again to Bowler right up the middle. He didn't get time to rest. He gets 3 yards. Good push by his offensive line. Ridgeline back on the ball. 45 seconds to play in the third. Ridgeline with a 15-point lead. Spanish Fork beat Ridgeline in the opener last year. Ridgeline trying to return the favor. This time, they went to the well one too many.
Bowler, the ball carrier, wrapped up by Josh.
Bowler loses. A couple.
We have a girls soccer game.
It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Loses 3 because Bowler lost everything he got on first down. 3rd and 10 with 10 seconds to play in the third. Let's see if they run a play. They're not going to run the play. That's the end of the third quarter. Ridgeline heads into the fourth with a 15-point lead at home.
So, you bought your computer from one of those big box stores, or online, and now it's really slow, or just not working right.
Target acquired.
PCs Unlimited can fix it. Fixing computers is what we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. Service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all your computer needs. Our prices are low and our customer service is the best. You won't get help from the big box or online. Come see the professionals at PCs Unlimited.
A windy night in Millville as Ridgeline opens their third ever football season. We've got it for you here on the Valley Channel. Eric Wilson, thanks for joining us. 3 decades what we're working on here at the Valley Channel. Seen all sorts of football, all sorts of weather. It's been a windy night here. We talked about a night we were here during halftime we were here talking about a night a couple of years ago when it was just pouring down rain early in the season. 3rd down, Jackson to Dolly. Looking for a block, doesn't get it. Parker can't make the block. I don't know if he get, there's a flag. I don't know if he get the first down even if he makes the block. Even if Parker does get that block. The Spanish Forks kind of celebrating the stop. And I think somebody did just a little too much celebrating. Let's see if the penalty's on them or if somebody said something from Ridgeline. Personal foul. Ridgeline. So it was the Riverhawks that did it. You saw Spanish Fork jumping around, enjoying the stop. I saw somebody getting in somebody else's face and didn't see what the Ridgeline player did. But it was out there for everybody that was looking at it to see. I'm trying to keep stats. High kick by Tuckett. Goes out of bounds. About the 24-yard line of Spanish Fork. Keeping an eye on some of the scores as they roll in. Skyview and Stansbury just started the 4th quarter. Skyview leading that one by 10, 27-17. This will be a good barometer for Coach Danilo Robinson. Absolutely great year last year for him and his squad, but they were loaded. They were loaded. And they lost a lot of players this year. So it's one of those years where as a coach you really see what you've got, but they still have talent. It's not like they got nothing. Here's that inside give on the fly sweep. Conway still running. He's out near the first down marker. In fact, he's going to have a first down. He got 12 yards. He's got 16 yards on 2 carries. Mountain Crest leading Salem Hills in the 4th, 25-10. So Mountain Crest looking to resume their winning ways. Brady Hall, a veteran quarterback, back for his senior year. Of course, Mason Falsliff playing quarterback out at Skyview. You got Breck Jackson here, who's got some experiences. I think we'll give it to Conway again. Some pretty good quarterbacks here in the Valley. It'll be interesting to see how the season unfolds. Most people are looking again at Mountain Crest and Skyview as your favorites in the region. Bear River and Ridgeline look to figure to be in the mix. Logan's looking to improve, and so is Green Canyon. Screenplay. Boy, that's some good hard running right there. That was individual effort. The Spanish Fork trying to turn up the intensity. Conway picks up the first down. Swenson in trouble. Downfield, has a man on the sideline, can't make the grab, second down.
Intended for Lofton.
Lofton was the intended receiver. Spanish Fork hasn't scored since their first drive of the game. They took the ball at their own 21, drove it down to the Ridgeline 13-yard line, had to settle for a field goal. I don't know that they've even crossed midfield since then. Pass to Iyer. It's on his hands and off his hands. Third down. He's running right down the seam. Swenson had him. Iyer had to kind of turn around and wait for it. Couldn't haul it in. Might be one where the coaches look at it though and say, hey, you got two hands on it. Let's pull it in next time. 3rd and 10. Now we got a new quarterback in there. It's a wildcat look. Is that Morley playing quarterback? It was. And Morley's going to lose a yard. 2 of 10 on 3rd down for Spanish Fork. They just have not been able to get anything going since that first drive. If you're just joining us, they've looked like this all night, but they came out of the gates and looked sharp, looked great. And Ridgeline's played well defensively. Spanish Fork's made some mistakes and just hasn't been able to get anything going. Ball at the 25-yard line of Ridgeline, and that's where the River Hawks will take over, leading by 15.
Ridgeline High School would like to thank Logan Regional Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the Rocky Mountain Emergency Specialist Physicians, and athletic trainer Nate Burnett for covering all the sports medicine needs of Ridgeline High School athletes.
Jackson fakes the give, steps up, no one to throw it to, so he takes off and gains a yard. 7 carries, minus 10 yards for Jackson. Most of that negative yardage has come on sacks as we approach the 9-minute mark of this ball game. 18-3 Ridgeline. Right now, all of the Valley schools are winning, all 5 of them. Here's the give to Bowler. He picks up a couple. Nothing fancy for Ridgeline as they're working the clock. Trying to get to the after the game dance with a win under their belt. Jackson throws it out of bounds. Been a few new high schools this year. One of the new ones is in Farmington. Farmington, that school there, it's just south and west of Lagoon. It pulled from Davis and also from Viewmont, from those boundaries. So their inaugural game underway tonight, and they're losing to Timpanogos, and here's a roughing the kicker. Tuckett got his legs cut out from under him. That ball rolled all the way to the end zone.
All the way to the end zone. There is
it's a 72-yard punt, and he got chopped down at the legs by one of the players that was trying to block it. I don't have the replay here, but he may have been blocked into Tuckett, that player. Let's see if they're going to call it or if they're going to pick up the flag. And that's going to be enough for a first down if it's the personal foul kind. Yep. Personal foul, roughing the kicker on Spanish Fork. It's going to be a first down. Another penalty on Spanish Fork. That's their 7th. Ridgeline has 8. We only had 1 flag in the 3rd quarter. That was that chop that was declined. I'm going to give it to Bowler again. Bowler looking for room. Picks up a yard.
Bowler, the ball carrier.
The clock keeps marching. We're under 8 minutes. Green Canyon and Pineview in a shootout. It's 31-24 late in the 3rd quarter. Green Canyon hanging on to a 7-point lead at Pineview. Jackson to the sideline, back shoulder throw and a catch. Nice grab by Holmgren.
Holmgren with the reception.
7 yards, it'll be 3rd and 2. We're now under 7 minutes to play in the ballgame. Give to Bowler. Bowler loses the football. He went through the hole and he didn't take the pigskin with him. He's got a first down. Ridgeline will have a first down if they recover their own fumble. And it looks like they do. If Bowler doesn't have to turn around and go back for that football, he might have more yardage. He picked up 4 and a first down.
Bowler, the ball carrier.
He's closing in on a 4-yard per carry average as Bowler. 11 carries, 41 yards. And now he gets a breather. He's not real happy. His offensive line had opened him up a pretty good hole. He scoots through there and somebody reached in and poked that football away, or he might have had a big run. Coach Howell going to look for him and talk to him on the sidelines. Ridgeline calls timeout. Bowler went to stand all by himself at the far end. Coach Howell goes and gets him and says, get back over here.
Icon Health and Fitness, Northern Utah Eye Center.
Clearly knows that a fumble is no bueno.
For their sponsorship of Ridgeline High School.
Looks like they're going to go right back to him. He's come on with tonight 41 yards on 11 carries after Micah White's injury. Hopefully that's nothing serious. Bear River ends up beating Juan Diego 14-7, so that one's gone final. Alex Elder opened it up against Layton. It's 28-6, about 7 minutes left in that game, and Logan still leading Bonneville 21-7. That one in the 4th. Look out, Jackson in trouble. That's the 4th sack of the night for Spanish Fork. It's one area that Ridgeline really wanted to see what they had was on that offensive line. They've given up 4 sacks. But Jackson's also thrown for nearly 200 yards and a couple of touchdowns, and he's had a lot of time on a lot of throws. You'd like to get the running game going here and just ice this ball game away with a good long drive, but now it's 3rd and 15. Holmgren slips out of the backfield. They throw to the underneath. And it's incomplete. bunch of lightning delays going on as you look at the scoreboards. Murray, Cypress, Grantsville, North Sanpete, Ogden, and Judge. Wasatch and Park City, Corner Canyon and Pleasant Grove, all in lightning delays. Roy, you talk about Roy playing Syracuse. Syracuse considered one of the better teams in 6A. Roy, with Coach Fred Fernandez having that heart attack earlier this week. Roy's leading Syracuse late in that ball game. Jackson takes a wallop. He just unloads as he's unloaded upon, and it's 4th down. Ridgeline will have to punt. 5:27 to go in this one. Mountain Crest still with the 25-10 lead over Salem Hills in the 4th. The Skyview is doubled up +1 on Stansbury, 35-17 with about 8 minutes left in that ball game. Tuckett, who was roughed the last time out, he also kicked a 72-yard punt. Puts this one inside the 10. It's caught. But Tuckett showing how it's done. That one ends up being a 41-yard kick. Spanish Fork will have to start inside their own 10-yard line against a Ridgeline defense that's been awfully stingy. Only giving up 150 yards has Ridgeline. This is one of the bigger plays of the night. That's 15 yards to Conway. Conway 3 catches for 42 yards. Swenson now with 108 yards passing. No gain there, as we're under 5 minutes to play. Ridgeline needs one more stop.
That was Nate Nixon, Will Larson.
Realistically think maybe they've got this one put away. Swenson in trouble. Looking downfield, has a man wide open. It's Iyer. Catches it and runs down inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. "40 yards. 3 catches, 69 yards for Iyer. The biggest play of the night for Spanish Fork. With 4:23 to play in this ball game, a timeout on the field. It's funny how this game goes. A few seconds ago, I'm saying, well, Ridgeline needs one more stop to realistically think this ball game is theirs, and then a big play like that, Spanish Fork's moving into scoring position, and if they can put a touchdown on the board, then we've got a whole new set of circumstances, don't we?
Just a reminder to freshman football players to please go to the South
Snow Canyon comes in here next week. Play Ridgeline. Well, we haven't seen any of those little yellow flags for a while, but there's a bunch. Looks like it's going to be 5 more against Ridgeline. It's their first penalty of the second half, first accepted. We haven't seen nearly as many. flags here in this second half. We'll have Bonneville at Green Canyon next week on the Valley Channel. Green Canyon looking for an early home run. Conway, Dakota Conway has to climb the ladder and he doesn't come down with it, but Ridgeline does. They're going to say it's a pick.
Intended for Dakota Conway, picked up by Gavin Richmond.
I thought it hit the ground. So do the Spanish Fork coaches up here near us. They're going to talk about it. That was Gavin Lishman who comes up with it, and they're going to give it to him. So Ridgeline gets the turnover. Second interception of the night thrown by Swenson. A blocked punt early in this ball game for Ridgeline, and now they've come up with a couple of interceptions. And with 4:14 to play, Ridgeline can smell it. It's a final now. Skyview did beat Stansbury 35-17 up the road in Smithfield. Jackson's going to hand to Bowler. Bowler's going to pick up a couple.
Mason Bowler, the ball carrier.
Ridgeline's in no hurry. Jackson goes clear to the sideline to get the play, brings it to the huddle. Back judge hasn't started counting yet. We're at 3.5 minutes to play in this ball game. Jackson on the counter. Hands off to Bowler. Bowler picks up another yard. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
Hunter Trump on the play for Spanish Fork.
And again, Jackson heads for the sideline. Under 3 minutes to play. Ridgeline leading 18-3. Trying to salt this one away. It's 3rd and 6, and they're going to lose yardage. Loss of a couple. The clock keeps running, and Spanish Fork still has all 3 of their timeouts left. Trailing by 2 touchdowns and a regular conversion and a 2-point conversion. As the clock rolls towards 2 minutes. Tuckett has been big kicking the ball tonight. This one returnable at the 35. Iyer picks it up. Out near midfield, still on his feet. Pushes himself up to about the 49-yard line. So a 14-yard return. 1:58 to go in the ball game. Good field position for Spanish Fork. They turned it over last time when they were deep in Ridgeline territory. A supreme sense of urgency, I would imagine, on the Spanish Fork side of the field. Swenson rolls to his right. Complete downfield.
Pass complete to Noah Conway.
The clock will stop with 1:50 to play. Conway with the grab. Swenson had a little bit of trouble with that snap. Now he picks it up, overthrows Iyer. He had Iyer in the middle of the field. He overthrew him. Iyer catches that. He probably picks up 5 or 6 yards. He had a big cushion around him. 2nd and 10, 1:39 to play. Here comes the heat from Ridgeline. They pop it out to Morley. Morley steps out of bounds after picking up about 7.
Kimball Morley at the reception and run.
Swenson's closing in on 200 yards passing, but he's got 2 interceptions and no touchdowns. Here comes the blitz off the backside. He's looking for Conway. Oh, he just misses him. Conway had a step. That was Noah Conway, but he couldn't haul it in inside the 10-yard line. 1:28 to play, and it's 4th down. 4th and 6. 2 for 11 on 3rd downs in this ballgame for Spanish Fork. Ridgeline hasn't been much better on 3rd downs. No scoring in this second half. The second half's been a soccer game. Lots of running around and some kicks. Swenson downfield has his man. Big hit by DeMooney. And here's a flag. He shouldn't have done that. I think that's Iyer with the catch, and DeMooney. Iyer held the ball up like I caught it, and DeMooney swatted it away from him. So it's going to be a 1st down at the 21, and then it's going to be half the distance, so it'll be down at about the 11-yard line. There's a nice hit by DeMooney.
We want to thank our Riverhawk sponsors, Hart Floor Covering, Cash Car Wash, Foot and Ankle,
I think he swatted the ball away.
We also want to remind
put the official standing right there. Unsportsmanlike conduct. It's been a little bit of a chippy game. Ridgeline.
Freshman football, south end zone at the end.
Playing a little chippy.
Freshman football players, please get at the south end zone.
So it's going to be just outside the 10-yard line, right about the 10-yard line, 1st down. And they can get a 1st down right about the 1. A little bit behind the intended receiver, Conway. 2nd down. It's just inside the 11, I should say. And they can get a 1st down right around the 1-yard line. The Ridgeline defense, you'd love to keep them out of the end zone, and well, for obvious reasons. But not giving up a touchdown, it's a big deal to a defense. Here's the give. Right up the gut, a gain of about 4.
Boyack, the ball carrier.
That's Boyack who's in there. The linebacker. No, that's not Boyack. Is that Boyack 30? It is Boyack 36. 1:03 to play in the ball game. You were looking at some of those other Valley scores. Really, the only one that's gone final is Skyview beating Stansbury 35-17. So Skyview puts up a bunch of points and gets a big win to start the season. Mountain Crest is leading Salem Hills 32-10 with 1:10 left in that ball game. Logan extended their lead over Bonneville to 28-7 in the 4th quarter. Elder ended up beating Layton. Green Canyon leads Pineview 38-24 starting the 4th quarter in that one. And Bear Rivers in a postponed ball game, leading Juan Diego by 7. Here's the little swing out to Conway. Conway stops short of the goal line and short of the 1st down. Under a minute to play. In this ball game, it's going to be 4th down and 1. One more timeout.
One more quick thank you to our green sponsors, Thompson Family Orthodontics, Beezer and King Youngblood Real Estate, The Logo Shop, Burton Lumber, McDonald's.
One more timeout left for each team.
Logan Regional Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Ridgeline Athletic Trainer Nate Burnett are proud to
All right,
be
I
the
mentioned
official
earlier
providers
that
for
Morgan
the
was
Illinois
beating Grand 70-12. They've updated that score. I don't know if somebody calls these scores in or what, but the updated final on that one was actually 42-6. So we got a wrong score there, but we got a 70-12 game in the third quarter. The team puts up 70, that's worth mentioning. Swenson turns around and gives it to Boyack. Boyack into the end zone. Touchdown. Spanish Fork, the Dons find pay dirt. So now it's 18-9 with the PAT to come. You just kick it here and go for two if you get it back and score again. It looks like that's what they're going to do. So if you go for it here and don't get it, you're toast. Kicks up and good. 18-10 with 51 seconds left. A onside kick coming up.
My grandma, her heart wasn't working right, so the ambulance took her to Star Hospital. My mom says Star Hospital is the best place for grandma because there are really no hearts. She says the Star Hospital people are best at treating heart failures and a fib, so you don't want to tell a lie in this place.
From chest pain to open heart surgery, we offer comprehensive heart care all along the Wasatch Front. Mountain Star Hospitals. Look for the star.
The doctor said grandma had a heart enlargement thing. I always knew my grandma had a big heart.
All right, we're back at Ridgeline. It's 18-10. Spanish Fork gets on the board. They're setting up for what I think everybody in the stadium figures is going to be an onside kick. And it is. And it goes right to one of the Ridgeline players.
The onside kick taken by Cameron Daly.
So Daly comes up with it. Watching this game and watching these players, there's been a lot of talking going on in this game. This is the third time these two teams have played in a year. Twice last season. There's been a lot of talking going on in this ballgame. Jackson's gonna take a knee. There's one timeout left for Spanish Fork and they'll take it. Oh, they say Ridgeline's taking it. Why would you take the timeout if you're Ridgeline? Coach Howell just sent his team over, and now he's talking to the white hat. So there's something he's pointing out he doesn't like. I don't know if it's something to do with the officiating tonight or something that's going on. But he's taking this timeout specifically to talk to the officials. He didn't spend 1 second in his team's huddle. He just wanted to talk to the Stripes. I don't know if there's something going on that he's not liking with the players or if it's just the airing of the grievances. It may have been with Spanish Fork blowing up the line like that after going after his quarterback. Now after that one, most of the players on both teams were just kind of tapping each other, but there's one Spanish Fork player there that doesn't look happy at all about this turning into a loss. Ridgeline doesn't have to take another snap. So Ridgeline's going to start the season with a W. 18-10 win over Spanish Fork. Next week will be at Green Canyon as they take on Bonneville. Thanks for joining us on the Game of the Week. We'll see you next time on the Valley Channel.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star, Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. Mountain Valley Heating and Air Conditioning, give us a call, you'll be glad you did. Herm's Inn, last chance for great food. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Planet Fitness of Logan, no intimidation and only $10 a month. ASPEN Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.
My name is Ty Wolford of Wolford Collision Repair. We've been using Discount Tire for a long time now. We use both Providence and Logan locations. They take really good care of us. They're real good about getting us in and out. Same day service. Their prices are very fair, in fact some of the best in town. And for these reasons I highly recommend Discount Tire.
Hey, have you downloaded our new app? Why do I want the app? The app manages all your vehicle's needs and tracks your services and repairs. How does it work? It's easy. Download from the iTunes or Android store and make an account. Does it save me money? Not only will it save you money, but it will save your time too. It will notify you when you are due for an oil change or a tire rotation, making sure you get the most out of your tires. Is it easy? Our app is easy to use and operate. Use it to locate a store near you or to receive roadside assistance. How do I know if my appointment is scheduled? When scheduling an appointment, you will receive confirmation at the end of the process. Can I schedule a repair so I don't have to wait? It's nice to know you have an appointment for your vehicle and the app will notify you when your vehicle is done. What else does the app do? The app will also send you vehicle manufacturer service interval notifications, let you find and buy tires, receive coupons and more. Check it out today.
Starting to lose our hearing? Is it genetic? Is it environmental? What's happening to us?
There's many things. Genetics can take a part of it. Certain medications, ototoxic drugs, but most of it's just life, living in general. We go to a concert here, we go to a motorcycle rally, we ride a motorcycle, we're exposed to all these loud sounds, loud music, but it all takes a little bit of hearing, a little bit here, a little bit there, and we don't notice it. It so slowly happening, and it's painless, and over time, just that little bit compounds, and pretty soon we have a significant hearing loss that's affecting our ability to communicate with our loved ones.
Right, and the only way you may notice that is if your wife says something to you and you're saying, what, 42 times a day, which, of course, I have no experience of that whatsoever.
Your wife, or you have the TV turned up too loud, always repeating, asking people to repeat, just not sure what they're saying.
Yeah.
You hear them, but you don't understand.
Right. I have that trouble too. In a full room of people, I can't pick out one conversation anymore.
That comes from most likely a high-frequency hearing loss.
Yeah, see, I'm getting old. But it doesn't even apply to just old people, does it, or older? It can certainly be people who are younger. I mean, you have young patients too, don't you?
Yes, about 1 in 4, the latest studies I read, 1 in 4 teenagers has hearing loss due to exposure to noise.
Oh, well, yes. I mean, we could go on about that, but we can see it because we've all had the experience of teenagers listening to music through some kind of device, and they've got their earbuds in, and you say something to them, and they pull it out, one of them, and you can hear their music, you know, 2 blocks away down the street, and you just think, you're going to be deaf.
Yes. With an iPad, an Apple product with the volume turned up all the way, you have about 10 minutes of listening time before you actually start creating hearing loss.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, so that's significant. Wow.
About 70% of the volume, you can go about 8 hours. Okay. So in a day's time. So if you're listening to those things, turn them down. Put a limit on them at about 70% of the maximum volume.
Wow, well that's really interesting because I didn't realize it would be that brutal and that quickly. So kids that are listening to this every day, day in and day out, I mean, we're laughing, but seriously, it could be a real problem.
It can. It can affect their whole life, their career choices, everything in their life can be affected by the not being able to hear.
Wow. Okay, so very simply, turn the music down. But aside from that, if you are experiencing any kind of problem, be you my age or be you younger, why don't you give Dr. Daines a call here at Cache Valley Hearing. Tell us where we are, Dr. Daines, and how they can get hold of you.
We're at 485 North Main Street in Logan, and you can just give us a call at 435-753-4327 or at 753-HEAR here.
Okay, well that's a good, that's very apt. Yeah, I should say so. Any kind of hearing loss, and literally, please don't let this feeling of embarrassment or it not being manly or cool, that's, you know, that's a bit dim. You shouldn't be embarrassed about something that is a natural aging process.
It's actually more noticeable when you don't hear and have to have people repeat themselves.
That's true. Extremely irritating for those around you that are having to repeat it time and time again. Thanks so much, Dr. Daines. And seriously, guys, give Dr. Daines a call. Your hearing problems will be solved. Thanks, Dr. Daines.
Flying low, I'm in high demand. I go 15 feet over the Rio Grande.
We're joined here at La Wakana in Logan, Utah by Rich and Sarah. Now I understand this is your first time of trying La Wakana tonight.
Yes, yep, our friends the Wrights invited us, and so we were excited to have some authentic Mexican food.
The good thing about it is, of course, it is authentic. It isn't Americanized at all, is it? You've got a delicious plate of food there, and it looks really authentic. If you were sitting down in someone's front room and having some authentic Mexican food, this would be it.
Yeah, and I like that it was a buffet too as well, so I was able to select some of my favorite foods. Enchilada is always one that I like to eat, and the rice and beans, and yeah, it's great.
What about you, Sarah? What have you got going on over there? It looks delicious.
Well, I was really happy to see all the condiments that you can put on the top, the salsas. I love salsas and chips and salsa, and the sour cream that you can put on top. And it does feel authentic. And so it's exciting to try new foods that you don't have to travel a long distance out of the country to get some real authentic food.
Yeah. And it's an all-you-can-eat buffet, but what do you think about that?
I think it's a great deal. I mean, you consider a buffet for that price and including a drink as a dinner meal. From what I understand, lunch is the same price. Great value for your money, and allows you to pick what you want to eat, and try something new too if you want, and not have to break the bank.
Right. Spend a fortune plus travel 50 miles to get what you really want. You guys going to come back?
I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. It's a good. Okay, so let's tell people where we are, how to find it. This building used to be, well, it's been here for ages. Used to be a bakery, a Mexican bakery at one time, and now, of course, we've got this fantastic restaurant. We're just north of the library on Main Street, and we're just west of Wilson Motors, across the street from Wilson Motors here in Logan, Utah. So if you want a really good, authentic, the only buffet that we know about, come on down. Thanks ever so much, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Ashley. Here at LSS Insurance, we want to help you ease your mind about Medicare. There are so many choices and options that are available to you. Working with us here, we're local, we're right here in Logan. We can answer your questions about your benefits. Maybe you have a procedure coming up. We can answer questions about your co-pays, or maybe you're headed to the pharmacy and you want to know what your medication will cost before you arrive. We can answer your questions, work with you, give you that personalized attention. Of course, it doesn't cost anything to work with an agent. We are paid through the insurance companies, so no additional cost to you at all. Please give us a call and see what a personalized difference to Medicare will make for you.
So a lot of people think it costs more if they were to use an agent rather than them do it directly. It costs no more, whether you buy it directly from the insurance carrier, whether you buy it from a local agent, the cost will be the same as you. There is no additional cost. You won't write us a check for our services and so forth, so it's in your best interest to have someone there to be an advocate for you. Medicare is kind of complex, and people have a lot of questions and there's lots of confusion, but people are also wondering what their costs will be when they have a plan, when something comes up. So people are always questioning what this procedure is going to cost. They need an outpatient procedure, they need an outpatient surgery, they need something like that, and they're wondering. And usually we can help them really quickly, tell them approximately how much that's going to cost them. And we can help them with provider lookups, we can help them with claims issues after the claim. Sometimes there's problems, sometimes the billers don't get it right, sometimes they don't get your insurance card. There's lots of things that come up that we help with solving those problems. And I see some people really struggling with those things when they haven't used a local agent. So it doesn't cost more to use our service. Whether you use us or not, it's going to cost the same.
So I knew that you did cars, because we've talked about cars before, Sam, but I didn't realise that you had this huge custom thing going on here of bikes. You have a lot of bikes come in to fix.
Right, yeah, we do most makes and models here.
Yeah.
So
if I was to go into a dealership, I'd probably pay more. They may not have the same choices that you have. Why is that?
Usually with the dealerships, they kind of have to sell Honda or Harley.
Their particular parts.
They can't really go outside of the box and get you the better parts.
So in coming here, what are people going to find?
We just have more variety and more of a passion for it. So we really want to do the research and get you your best option.
You've got access to all the same parts. You've got access to basically everything that you would get going into a dealership, but they're going to come here and get that really fabulous personalized service from you guys.
Yeah, me and my guys have always been working on all these makes and models, like I said, and we just love anything on two wheels, honestly. So
typically male. And as you said earlier on, I'm thinking a bike's a bike, right? I mean, if you know how to fix one bike, you're probably pretty much on the way to knowing how to fix all bikes.
For the most part, I mean, yeah, they're all the same concept, but yeah.
And you've had training though in many different brands.
Yeah, I've been to school for even BMW bikes, and so I've been to most of the makes and models as far as training goes.
He doesn't look old enough, does he? Because he's but this guy has got a lot of knowledge. So if you do need a repair on one of your precious commodities, your babies, your bikes, come on down here and see Sam at S&E. Sam, tell us where we're located here in Logan.
We're 1456 North, 300 West by Standard Plumbing and Supply. So
just further up the road than Shopco, and you just keep going out that way and you'll find us right here. Just a fabulous place to bring all your be it cars, be it motorbikes, the shiny things here. Thanks so much. Now how is somebody going to get an appointment? Do they have to come in? Can they call you? Facebook?
Yeah, call, come in. I'll give you my number. We can coordinate however is best for you. So
pretty darn good to fit people in when they're in need. Thanks so much, Sam, and good luck with the bikes.
Thank you.
There's not a whole heck of a lot of places open in Logan, is there, where they can come and get a really good meal, but you are open.
Yes, we stay open after the games. You know, we notice when we have a game, we get sometimes late crowd.
Yeah.
And we be happy to stay late as we need to be to serve those kids to have a nice pizza.
Okay.
So
what can they expect when they come in?
Good pizza with good service, and no matter what time they're coming in.
No matter what time, so as late as you like. Fernando is going to be open here at the factory. Friday nights, that's usually. Now, Wednesday nights, you've got your $4 nachos and the $1 beer. Do you have any other specific nights, or is it just whenever?
No, we do. You know, like Monday night, we have a family night. We have a large pizza, 2 toppings, and 2 drinks for $13.99. So that's a family night. We try to invite it to the families to come in and join it. And that's I think it's a really good special for them to come in and join us.
I agree.
So feel free to come anytime, and we figure out something for them.
Okay, and of course you're open at lunchtime too. You don't have to wait till the evening.
Yeah, we do all day long Monday, actually, all day long. And they can come anytime. We can give the special anytime Monday night. And we make specials all the time if people come.
Right.
Always groups get discounts.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing to know, because lots of groups in here tonight. Tell us where we are. What is our location location here on Main Street?
Yeah, you know, we've been here for 43 years in the basement of the factory pizza, so we want to appreciate the people from Cache Valley. All these years we've been here, you know, business come and go, and we're still surviving. And I hopefully, this is not the last year, so hopefully we keep it going.
You're going to survive for many more years.
That's my goal.
Looking at the crowd tonight, that's definitely going to happen. Come on down to the factory pizza here on Main Street in Logan. Whether you want pizza, whether they have the most fabulous sandwiches, salads, desserts, anything that really your heart could desire, you're going to find Fernando making for you here at the factory. Thanks so much, Fernando.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate the Cache Valley.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Say somebody's got a pile of records at home and they don't actually want to sell them, they want to hang on to them. But of course for 20 years or so they have not been able to find a record player that works.
Yes.
You now at KSM have them.
We've got that. So like I'm sure your needle's broken at home.
Right.
And so that's why we're stocking record players and accessories. Everything from the speakers to play them on, the actual turntables, as well as, you know, needles, cleaning kits, everything else that you need to play them.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Now, so these ones that you've got sort of a basic model that starts around.
Oh, $120 for the least expensive one.
Okay.
All the way up to really nice ones that you can even rip your vinyl onto CDs, onto your computer, iPad, everything.
Okay, so explain how that works.
So you just plug your computer into this record player, you start the record and press record.
Really?
And it just, yeah. So that
even I could do that. Maybe.
Me too.
So all your different accessories, you've got to have cleaner, you've got to have needles. They're all. I'm dating myself, but I remember when they were around the first time, needles were always breaking.
Yeah, you run through all that stuff, and you got to keep them clean so you're not popping and hissing too much.
Right.
And we've got the kits and everything else that you need to keep up on your records, make sure they're up to snuff.
So, and it looks like headphones too. Do they plug right in so you can listen quietly?
Absolutely. Like you can even come here and pick out any record like these guys are right now looking, and just plug your the record you want to buy or interested in, listen to it first.
Oh, cool.
And then if it plays well and you like it still, purchase it. Wow. We've got some ones for some great deals, like some classics as low as like $2.
Right, I saw that.
You know, like
so definitely the place to come in, KSM. I don't believe anybody else has got this sort of service, have they?
No, they don't. There's a few places that sell them, but they're not as cool as us. So.
Well, nobody's as cool as you, love.
Try.
So if you have a pile of records at home and you don't know how to play them and haven't been able to play them for many years, come on down and see John here at KSM. They've got entry level right up to more expensive ones that you can transfer everything from the record onto your iPods and things like that. Thanks so much. Tell us where we are here at KSM.
KSM Music.
What's your address and telephone number, do you know?
It's 50 West, yeah, 50 West, 400 North.
Okay.
Telephone number, I don't know, Google us.
Yeah, Google it, there you go. Thanks so much, John.
Thanks, Susan.
Naomi and Mason, thanks for joining us here today at Firehouse Pizza. How come you're here today? Any special occasion, Naomi?
No, it's just our lunch.
Just your lunch. Mason, is this one of your favorite places?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Come quite a bit, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to get when you're here, Naomi?
I like the 8-cheese pasta.
The 8-cheese, but that sounds good already, doesn't it? Are you guys ready to order?
I think so.
Okay. Okay, Kennedy. We're going to get Kennedy in here. She's one of the lovely servers here at Firehouse. Hey, Kennedy, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Just ready to get at it, right? Okay. This is Naomi and Mason. Naomi, do you want to go ahead and give Kennedy your order?
Can I get the 8 cheese pasta?
Yeah. Do you want bread or salad with that?
Solid.
What dressing?
Ranch.
Okay.
And Mason, what are you going to get today?
I'm going to do the chicken cordon bleu pasta. Bread.
That's one of my favorite things too, actually. Thanks, Kennedy. Okay, guys, we're going to let your food come on over, and when you've eaten a bit of it, we'll come back and talk to you some more.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, thanks, guys. Now, what was it you got, Naomi?
The 8 cheese pasta.
Okay, that's your favourite, clearly, and we can see why, because it looks darn delicious there. What's your favourite feature about that particular pasta?
Mine is the sauce. That's my favorite part. I like.
Is that the Alfredo sauce?
I think so.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite things here too. Mason, what do you particularly? You got the cordon bleu, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No, you're good. Yeah, I got the chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah. What's your favourite thing about that?
I like how it has a crispy layer on top.
Oh yeah. Cordon bleu.
Crunchy.
Yeah, it does make it crunchy. And you, of course, now this is the lunch special that these guys get. You got a salad or some bread and your actual choice of pasta. Is it hugely expensive to come here for you guys, being students?
No, it's not.
No, about $9, we think, for a lunch special, which includes the drink, of course. What other occasions do you guys come here for?
My family comes here a lot for dinner. I'll come here with friends.
Yeah. You could probably do like parties or, graduation parties.
Yeah.
So just a great place to come to lunch. We want to thank you guys. We're going to leave you in peace so you can finish eating before it gets cold. Thanks again, and thanks for coming into Firehouse today. Firehouse Pizza. Quick lunch if you need a quick lunch or a fabulous slow dinner with your family. Firehouse Pizza. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gina, you're going to tell us a little bit today about the Four Seasons, where we are today, this gorgeous place. What's your mission statement here at the Four Seasons?
Live here, work here, and play here.
Okay, and there's facilities to do all of those things. Tell us a little bit about where we start and where we go to.
Okay, we have, with our apartments and townhomes, we have 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments and 2 and 3 bedroom townhomes.
Okay, so what do the 1 bedroom apartments start at?
They start at about $949.
And we're going to take a quick tour around, I believe it's the 2 bedroom, 2 bath. It's not an apartment, it's a townhome, right? Yeah. So here we are outside, and what a gorgeous place to just sit in the evenings, isn't it? Yeah. Straight into the front door, and we're seeing what?
We're seeing the living area. You can also see there is a dining table there, use it as a dining area.
So there's plenty of room. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of room for your sitting room and your dining area.
Plenty of room, yeah. TV, lots of furniture.
Yeah. Going straight on into that gorgeous kitchen with, it's either granite or quartz countertops, whatever they are. They're beautiful.
They're beautiful. I believe they're quartz. There's also stainless steel appliances, and you get all the appliances.
They all come complete with a price.
With it, yep, with the microwave, stove, oven, fridge, freezer, with an ice maker.
Yeah, that's a huge fridge freezer, which is important. We're headed upstairs now. What are we going to see right at the top of the stairs?
The master bedroom.
It's not a tiny little room. Straight off the side there's the ensuite bathroom. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous, yes, with a nice big soaker tub and then a wonderful, fabulous walk-in closet.
Yeah, we were both jealous, weren't we, when we went in there immediately. Oh my goodness, what a huge closet.
Yes.
This is only one of 2 giant closets, because as we step across the hallway, we're going to see the guest bathroom, which again is a great size.
Oh yes, it's wonderful. Got a nice big plenty of room tub as well.
Again, a huge room. Now, technically, of course, a bedroom, but it could be used for anything that your heart desires.
Oh yes, absolutely. A study, you could use it as a sewing room, even a family room if you want.
Yeah. Yes, if you've got teenage kids, maybe they want their own space. And of course, there's that gorgeous huge closet again. One of the biggest things about living here is that everybody has their own washer or dryer, so you're not traipsing out once a week to the laundrette.
Exactly. It saves you a lot of money as well.
Yeah.
That way.
Now, looking at the garage, it's a huge garage. You can comfortably fit one huge, you could fit a truck in there. But of course, the other thing is the storage.
Yeah, the storage is fabulous. It has those shelves in it you can put lots of storage on.
Locking. Hang on. The front door is locked.
Now, this, of course, the one that we're in is actually a smart place, isn't it? Yeah. It's run by an Echo Dot, is that correct?
An Echo Dot, yes. It plays music. It can turn off and on lights, lock the doors. You can also, the thermostat as well.
This can all be done from probably your smartphone as well. Oh, yeah. But you just say, Alexa, and do something, and there you go, she does it.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, we're stepping outside now. Your facilities outside are just gorgeous and so welcoming. Gorgeous, great big pool.
Wonderful, a pool with a couple hot tubs.
Yeah, that's always nice on a cold winter evening.
Oh yes, yes.
You have now that is gorgeous. That place that everybody can sit. It's outside. You've got the absolutely fabulous fireplace, lots of comfortable furniture. If you're having company over, you could barbecue.
Oh, absolutely. We have a barbecue grill. Also, we'll have a TV mounted up on there that people can watch games on, a fireplace.
Yeah, just beautiful. You've got the kiddie pool, you've got a normal size pool, hot tubs. And then headed inside, you've got, should we call it a gym?
We call it the fitness center, actually, but you can call it a gym. Yeah, sure. It's nice and big, roomy, lots of equipment.
Yeah, lots of equipment. Do you have personal trainers here too?
We don't.
You don't.
People can bring their own in if they want.
Right. And of course, when you've done too much in the gym and your muscles are aching, you can head towards the massage therapy. Now, tell us about that. Everybody has the opportunity to have a massage or a manicure or something of that nature once a month, is it?
Yes, we do massages, pedicures, facials, or manicures.
Wow. I think I should definitely move in. And of course, the shower. Now, if you do have company come over and they're using the pool, you've got these gorgeous facilities right here that they can pop in, use the bathroom, take a shower.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And of course, when you do have people come, you may want to go into the common room that you can actually cook meals, you can watch the television, you can sit down. You've got a fully functioning kitchen in there.
Yes, we do. It's a really nice place. Residents can use it for parties, family gatherings.
Yeah. And of course, one of the most important things, Logan in itself is not a terribly friendly pet-friendly place, is it, to rent an apartment or a townhouse? But here at Four Seasons, you are very open and welcoming to our pet loves.
Absolutely. We love our dogs and cats. We love the picture. We post a picture of each one as well. Yeah.
So all in all, just a great place to come and live. If you're considering coming into Logan to live, or if you're moving within Logan, why would you not consider this place?
That's what I say. It's absolutely fabulous, affordable as well.
That's one of the main important things that we wanted to bring out. You're looking at all these facilities and amenities and what have you, and you might think, oh gosh, I could never afford that. Not the case. Not the case. Under $1,000 a month to start with, and all these glorious facilities. Sarah, there are lots and lots of places within the valley where people can go and get their taxes done. Why should they come and see you?
That's a very good question.
I know.
There's a couple of differences between us and the other box store tax preparer places. The first one is we're open all year. We're always here. When something comes 6 months, 8 months from now, we're here every day of the week. Also, we have great customer service. I know I've said this before, but I love our customers. They come in every year, and I'm just so happy to see them again. That we treat them like family. And we take the time that it takes to be able to prepare their taxes correctly with all the information we need. We really
So it's not like a production line, you know, one after another. You don't know these people. They're sort of faceless numbers going through your office.
No, they're not. They're all friends. They're great. And one thing that we have going on this year, actually, there's going to be a delay in the refunds from the IRS for those with earned income credit and child tax credit. So a lot of, you know, the younger population with kids. And we are offering up to $1,200 advance that they can come in, and within a few hours after we filed their return, they can get up to $1,200, because the rest of it is going to be, like I said, delayed until late February. So that is one thing that we're doing this year that we're really excited
And of course, when people come in and get their initial consultation, that's pretty much free, isn't it?
It is. We do offer free tax estimates, so just get your W-2, bring it in, and we will do a full return. We'll put in all your numbers, all your stuff, let you know how things look, and at that point you don't owe anything. If you'd like to leave, that's great. If not, we'll finish and we'll get your taxes done.
Okay, so much better than being a faceless number to somebody. Just great customer service here. What else can you tell us this year?
I'm actually really excited. This year we have something new for our wonderful customers that we have. We are going to have a weekly drawing for a 7-inch tablet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so when they come in and they refer someone who comes in and get their taxes done, we will put their name in that drawing for the 7-inch tablet. 12 weeks, we're going to give away 12 tablets.
Nice.
Yeah, and also we're going to be giving a discount to the people that they refer.
Oh, that's super. So, absolutely, the best way to go here. Tell us where we are here at OSO and how people can make an appointment with you and stop by and whatever they need to do.
You know, we do welcome walk-ins. You can make an appointment if you prefer. That's great. The number is 554-0181, and we are at 1201 South Main Street in Logan.
So, 1201, so that's just opposite Macy's?
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So if you need your taxes doing or a little help or a little advance, come on down and see Sarah here at OSO. Thanks, Sarah.
Introducing Wendy's new Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger.
It's a Giant Junior?
Yeah, it's a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger with double the fresh, never frozen beef, bacon, and cheese. So it's made a big name for itself. For a limited time, get the Giant JBC meal for just $5.
When I finally got tired of playing through knee pain, I went to a surgeon I'd heard good things about. Best choice I ever made. My doctor was great, but so was the hospital. They presented me with all of my options, and they took time to help me make decisions. That's the way it should be. That's what led to this moment. And that look on Phil's face.
Before your moment of truth, choose a health plan that partners with the Mountain Star Healthcare Network.
Not bigger, just better.
Why leave to go to that indoor cycling class when the ProForm TDF can bring the best indoor cycling class to you?
Are you ready? Let's do this!
Introducing the ProForm TDF. It's the most exciting indoor cycling experience ever, and it's right from home. With the ProForm TDF, you can join live, studio, and on-demand classes with all the ups and downs and everything in between. It's an immersive experience you just gotta feel to believe. The TDF comes with iFit, powered by Google Maps, so day or night you can log on, pick the classes you want, and join in. The world's best coaches will be there to give you a rockin' workout. It's never been so much fun to get in shape. You can even bring your friends along for the ride. Plus, with an amazing extra-large interactive touchscreen, it's just like being there, only better. No other bike can do this, and it's right here waiting for you. Only on the ProForm TDF. Right now, you can have the ProForm TDF in your home for less than the cost of joining a spin class. Go to proform.com today to get the TDF for $0 down plus free shipping.
love, I've been hiding me. I go 15 feet over the wheel.